Yo, what's going on, everybody? Black Compass Media, Tone, bro. I know I'm a little bit late checking in. Black Compass Society. Tone, bro, I'm back, man. Political Bro Show on deck, man. Yeah, we trying out some new things. We got some new things going on and all that, man. First of all, I just want to shout out the fact that we got the best of right now. So go and check out the best of Black Compass Radio. You will not be disappointed. If this is your first time kind of checking out what we do, I get it. You know what I mean? It should give you a good sort of feel for the way that we give it up. All right. So we're gonna get into a lot of things, a lot of stuff to talk about. And I'm gonna just say this too. Shout out to all of y'all, man, because a lot of people really sort of hit me up about the political thing. You know what I mean? I didn't know if people was really rocking with it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know. I didn't know people was like was working with, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I was getting comments about it. Yo, when are you gonna bring this back? When are you gonna start talking more about politics and stuff like that? Because it's been a lot of stuff going on. So we're gonna do this pretty regularly. I am trying a new app, so bear with me. This might be a little cringy at first, I'm gonna be honest, but shout out to StreamYard. So we're gonna do that. All right. And for everybody that's in here too, if you want to get in here, I can actually give you the link to be up here with me. So, and it works very, very well. So I'm gonna put the joint in here right now. So you got that. So you got the StreamYard joint, so I can plug people in when they want to be plugged in and all that. And I will say too, make sure you follow us here on this channel, on the YouTube channel, and also hit us up on Caffeine as well. I was gonna have Danger Zone today too on the battle rap tip, but we actually had a little bit of a scheduling conflict. We're gonna either sync up on Friday or we're gonna sync up on Sunday. But I'm doing stuff with Tom. Shout out to my man Tom, Battle Rap Resume. Y'all probably all seen Polo's blog by now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Polo dropping the blog and everything like that, man. But yeah, man, hit the likes and all that too. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments. But we're gonna talk about a lot of things. And I usually, for the political bro shows, I always try to be like meticulous about everything I'm gonna say or whatever the case might be. I don't gotta do it for that one. For this one right here, I don't gotta do that. Nah, no. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. If you was glued to your TV, if you've been under a rock or at work for hours or whatever, I know you saw those people storm that Capitol building. I know you saw it. There was no escaping that, bro. There was no escaping that. I mean, that was wow. You know what I really get back to when I think about this situation is, you see what happens when Black people vote. You see what happens when we vote, when we make our voices heard. You saw what happened in Atlanta again. You get Reverend Warnock, John Ossoff winning both the runoff elections, flip the state completely on the backs of people in Atlanta. Shout out to A, because they did that. Shout out to Stacey Abrams. I would be very surprised if we don't see her run for president. Something. She is an incredible leader. She mobilized the people. But just like we saw in the election, these Black and brown epicenters of America are starting to vote. It was starting to vote. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there was a lot of people who were down on voting, right? Like, just, in the federal elections, because it doesn't matter. Electoral college. Yeah, I get it. I know. It doesn't actually make any sense. I get it. But you see how much things change dramatically. There's some people in this country who are not used to people expressing themselves and expressing their opinion or just making their voices be heard at the ballot box. So what you saw yesterday was, what I would like to think is the last of a dying breed in terms of Americans who just don't understand. They just don't get it. What America rejected, let's talk about that. What was rejected, first of all, MAGA is a complete failure. It's a failure. It's an L, officially. Before I was saying it was a failure, but now it's official. I mean, he might get hit with the 25th Amendment on the way out the door. Like, You talking about upwards of what's the numbers now? 360,000? 360,000 plus people dead. We out of work. I've been working from home. I've been working from home so long. I got soundproofing now. That's how long I've been working from home. I got soundproofing in the crib now. That's crazy. But between that, and then you got, the fact that you failed economically, you brought on people in cabinet positions and in leadership positions who were acting. They were actors, right? Like they were acting folks who were never appointed, never brought through. Look how many people on his campaign and in his cabinet are either facing charges, got charges, or he had to hand out pardons. He was handing out pardons like, you know how when you get a big pack of gum and you break that out at the party and maybe a cute girl asks you for some gum, but then 100 people come and ask you for gum. That's how he's handing out pardons, like sticks of gum. He's just bugging. So you have that. You have the way that we look in the world. The foreign policy is in shambles. The allies that we fought alongside with in the Civil War no longer respect us. The downtrodden people, who are they going to depend on? America used to be the world's sort of moral voice, moral authority. And now for a lot of us, especially those of us who are African American, it's like the audacity of trying to tell the rest of the world what to do when you don't even take care of your own people. I get it. But relatively speaking, we would be the moral authority for the world. We were the moral compass for the world. We were. And we abdicated that totally under this administration. The ironic thing is that it's America first, right? America first failed. It wasn't America first. It was white America first. We're going to be honest. And shout out to all the white folks listening, watching. I hope you don't take that offensively. But that's what the rest of the world saw. And that's what was rejected at the ballot box. People don't want to live. American people like to be comfortable above everything. We like to be comfortable. We adjust the heat. If it's too hot, we make it cooler. We buy AC. We do other things that maybe other people don't do when it comes to being just comfortable, right? And there is a certain level of privilege in that. But there's certain parts of our government that we don't actually want to know how they work. We just assume that they would work and it's fine. Like when your house, you buy a house and you got the boiler in the basement and you never touch it, you never go near it. Then one day you hear a loud crash and then you go down to your basement to investigate what happened. And you see that your boiler's steaming, but then you also notice you got mold, your foundation is offset. Everything that you thought was good ain't good. But it wouldn't have happened unless you heard that boiler noise, unless you heard that boiler was broken, right? It's the same thing here. There are parts of our government that we simply don't want to know about, right? And that was our own fault for not understanding our system. We just assumed everything would be okay. I don't get that. I was never a fan of that. You should assume nothing. Assume nothing. But besides that, so yesterday, a sitting president incites a crowd of heavily armed, predominantly white Americans bitter about losing an election by 6 million votes, flipping 2 red states, by the way, losing the Senate. He calls them to arms. He incites them to violence. He riles them up. He makes them believe that something was stolen from them. He exploits this idea that a lot of people have, that it's used to keep other people down, right? So the idea is, if you get rights, now it's going to cut into what I have. If I give you a seat at the table, now my seat at the table becomes less comfortable, and I simply don't want to share. And that's what happened. He appeals to those people. He says to those people, literally, we're going to go to the Capitol. I'm going to be right there with you. They start marching. Now, we're going to get to the police in a minute, too. They start marching. Then they're riled up. Clearly, whatever he said to them was enough for them to feel like they had a pass to do it. And beyond that, because what I'm seeing, one of the police officers took a selfie with one of the guys who broke into the Capitol. Anybody who's ever been to DC, I'm going to turn up. Hold up. Anybody who ever been to DC, y'all know this. When you get to the Capitol, like when you get around that, you can't even talk loud over there. You can't. They look at you crazy. And everybody got choppers on deck. Everybody. And where was the energy? The energy that y'all had for Black Lives Matter. The energy that y'all had for those people who were protesting about handicap benefits when y'all was taking people out of their wheelchairs and escorting them out of the building. Where was that energy? Where was it? Because I didn't see it. Where was that energy? Where was the animations? Where was the choppers? Where was the work? Because y'all had guns out at us. Ready. There, y'all just let them in. Why is that? Why is that? Why would it be okay in one instance to call a group of people protesting the unlawful killing, the murder of a man on camera? Why would that? Why is that equivalent somehow to people protesting losing an election by 6 million votes and 306 electoral votes? How is that even comparable? I see people trying to draw equivalence. You can't. There is no equivalence. Everything isn't like either or. It's not all just a nebulous, okay, yeah, maybe it's this or maybe it's that or both sides do it too. Cut that out. Anybody that's doing that with y'all is lying to you. They are lying. They are not keeping it real. They're lying to you. It's not the same. There is a right and there is a wrong. And the craziest part about all this is that these people are pro-life, pro-police. Pro-police. Same people. The same people so offended by Colin Kaepernick taking a knee, which, by the way, if you didn't know, is an acceptable protest. That actually is a pretty, and that's not the first time that's been done, by the way. Taking a knee during the national anthem, a song based on a British drinking game. Another fun fact. You got so offended by that, but you got the audacity to carry a Confederate flag into the nation's capital. Do you know how, like, just as an American, like, whatever, if you're not patriotic, maybe it's not for you. But if you care about this country, do you know how disrespectful it is to have a Confederate flag in the nation's capital, where literally people fought and died? He's walking past statues. I wish I had the picture so I could show this blockhead, but whatever. He's walking past statues of Ulysses S. Grant, Harriet Tubman, a spy during the Civil War, people who fought and died and bled for this country. But I know why. You see what happens when you allow people to fly the flags of traitors? You see what happens? See how that works? You embolden traitors. You shouldn't be allowed to fly that flag anyway. There shouldn't be any Confederate monuments anyway. They literally traded on the country. Literally. And now here we are. I get so, I always thought to myself, like, at least in my era, they would lie to you, right? Like, they would just lie to you about, oh, nah, we all equal and, there's rules, and they would keep up appearances. Now they just pass lying. Do you know why? Because there's power in our voices. Don't ever let them tell you what we did not work. Never. Don't allow them to do that. because they downplay us, they downplay our culture, they downplay our voices, they downplay our art, and of course they're going to downplay our political movements and our leaders, right? God bless John Lewis. You see how God worked? Huh? Do you see how God worked? You think you could talk about John Lewis that way and get Georgia? What? We're not doing that. That's what the country said to you. Oh, we could talk about John McCain too, because that's why you lose in Arizona. You can't talk about people who did stuff. You can't. You can't. These people are too respected. And you know why? Because they had integrity, because they was able to stand on their square. They was able to say when the other side or when their side was wrong, they kept the same energy. And that's what we expect out of politicians. Of course, are they going to sign bills you don't like? Of course they are. Are they gonna sit there and they're gonna tell you things just to placate you? I'm talking about our side, not the other side. I'm talking about our side. Because you know what? For these next 4 years, I'm gonna be holding everybody accountable. Everybody. Because my people came out. We came out. So police reform, infrastructure, healthcare improvements, all that stuff that we fought for, that we stood in them lines during COVID for, during a goddamn pandemic for, they gotta be on the agenda. They gotta be on the agenda, or it don't count. How about that? Because we see the power. Those margins on those votes were very thin. That should show you how much them voices matter. That should show you how much them voices matter. You hear me? So your local elections continue to vote. Your local politics continue to stay a part of that. And I see a lot of y'all doing that. And that's great. Because we're going to continue to do that. Because, you know, it's one thing when the opposition is in power, you don't really expect anything from them. But on the other side, when the people you like are in office, you need to be holding them just as accountable, if not more. Who would you get mad at more for doing something wrong to you? Like a stranger or the homeboy that you know? Who are you more mad at? Clearly the homeboy, right? Politics needs to be the same way. Love Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? I like Joe Biden. I do. But we going to hold y'all feet to the fire. Kamala was a attorney general, California, the largest state with the largest correctional population as well. I need police reform. I need you to do exactly what you did in California with the portal, so where you can see all the cops, right? You put in the badge number, you see all the dirty cops, all the cases they've been in and all that. I need that federalized across the board. That's what I want. Federalize it. Because I want to be able to look up whoever. Oh, your badge number 655? Okay, 655. Oh, no, I say here, we got to watch him. Yeah. I need that kind of transparency because that's what we fought for. Or you're going to leave. And that's it. Because we know that y'all need us. We know that. Right? So now that we know, we need to be taking advantage of that. We're in a position of power right now. And we got to use that. And we got to be focused. And we can't let the fact that it's a D or R by anybody's name stop you from getting what we want. What we want. A lot of y'all was mad at Ice Cube and stuff like that because he was trying to get police reform. And Van Jones, they're trying to get police reform. They are older black men. In their lifetime, they've seen bad Republicans and bad Democrats. And guess what? Our people still ain't get what they needed to get. So I'm going to work with the people who want to work with us. And that's it. I'm not playing. Yeah. PhD. Yeah, the clock is ticking. Yeah. Let me show that. Yeah, I know how to do that now. Look at that. Look, new features. New. That's a new feature right there. But you get to the point where you say to yourself, you know, what happens now? So they stormed the Capitol and everything. And it fake looked like some of them knew, like they had a cousin or something that was there and opened the door. I don't know. It was too easy. It was too easy. Someone needs to explain that to me. I'm pointing at it because my TV is over there. Somebody needs to explain how How is that so easy? What were y'all trying to do? I had a lot of conspiratorial takes. Like, is this a thing where the Republican Senate, which Trump screwed on the way out the door, by the way, but is this a thing where Mitch McConnell says, I'm gonna make this look as crazy as I can make it? That way I can dissociate myself from Trump and the legacy of Trump. Mitch, we're not gonna let you do that too. Mitch McConnell, we're not gonna let you do that. No, you own this. Oh yeah, y'all own this. Whoever was there, we need the names. Y'all own this. You, Josh Hawley, Matt Gaetz, Ted Cruz, y'all own this. This is on y'all. Yeah, I know names. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna start learning names in here too of people. We're gonna start learning names of people because you know why? We gotta hold them accountable. Because this is the problem that a lot of y'all had with Joe Biden, right? Because he was around for a lot of the BS because he had such a long career and he was able to. And look at I'm getting so hyped. My insulation is falling. You see my tape over here? It's real over here. That's how mad I'm getting. Anyway, but so you get to the point where you say to yourself, well, you know, I can't allow people to co-opt legacies or to take credit for things that, you know, they were initially against, right? And I use the Muhammad Ali example all the time. Pardon me, by the way. Still trying to get this thing right. I'm getting so mad. I'm losing goddamn insulation over here. I don't care. But you get this thing. It's like the Muhammad Ali thing, right? Ali was out here punching people in the face and winning titles. The America couldn't stand him. They couldn't stand him at all. They didn't like him, right? But as soon as the man can't walk anymore, can't really take care of himself, can't fend for himself, you know, needs assistance, is frail, is brittle, can't punch you in the face anymore. Muhammad Ali's a hero. And the same people. I'm not going to allow that to happen to me. No, we're not going to allow that to happen. We got documentation of everything in this era. Don't allow them to punch out of that because that's what they're going to try to do. Oh, yeah. That's what they're going to try to do. Shout out my man Chris, man. Team Backpack. Yeah. Yeah, Breezy. It's like that. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. Carl Winslow was guarding with a baton. That's a fact. How come all the cops was Jack Bauer when we was protesting, but when they was protesting, they was Paul Blart? How that happen? How are y'all so inept? And they just climbing the wall, just like a jungle gym, just climbing the wall. That's crazy. They said my Otis from Martin was guarding the gate. That's a fact. They got Otis. It seemed like they let him in. They on the speaker's desk, feet up. Like, I've been to that building. Now, I ain't saying I'm important or nothing because it definitely wasn't one of those. It was like a tour. And them buildings was locked. And I asked them, yo, the door locked over here. Why is the door locked? What's behind the door? She laughed and said, first of all, none of your business. I said, that's rude. She said, it's a door that leads to a hallway with other doors in it that's also locked. They was in there. How? How was they in there? Oh, I know the answer. I do. I know the answer, Edward. I do. I know the answer. You know, I do. I don't gotta finish the bar. I don't gotta finish the bar. None of us got to. We know what the answer is. But I'm glad that people are seeing it up close and personal. We seeing it up close and personal. Shout out to Cross Your T's. Shout out to my man T's to the $4.99 donation. Shout out to Parks to the $1. You know what I'm saying? And then my man PhD, streets, music, arts, culture, and knowledge. That's smack. That's a fact. Yeah, man. Salute to the whole team, man. This is what we on this all year. All year. It's about staying Now, and I don't want to use the term woke or anything like that, but it's just keeping that light bulb on and that sword sharp. Keep it sharp. Because if it's anything that the last year taught us is that all the stuff that we trusted, the things that we thought we could just take for granted and it was all good, we got to do another examination because it ain't what you thought it would be, right? It's not. This system is fragile. The system is being held together, like that boiler example, is being held together by duct tape. By duct tape. Somebody told me, you know what? It seemed like Donald Trump was pulling a whole card. You know, I don't even talk like that, but I had to agree. Why y'all look so crazy? Y'all don't know how to handle white terror, America? We don't know how to do that? Because that's on the rise, according to FBI. I mean, of course, Trump fired the guy who said it, but that's what the white American terror on the rise. Homegrown terror on the rise. Why? All right, Glory says, shout out to the donation. Man, Cowboys ill. But he says it was an inside job, bro. Let's keep it real. It's starting to look like that. They had the door open. When I seen the selfie, man, I went crazy. I said, I know he didn't just take a selfie with seditionists. You took a selfie with seditionists. How you do that? You know how do you know how much do you know the fortitude, the gall, like the guts you have to be at work as a police officer, see people break into the Capitol building and take a selfie with them? Do you know how comfortable you have to be in your elitism, in your whiteness together, joined together, and your privilege, in your un-Americanness? Do you know how like strong that shit has to be for you to do that? Because that's crazy. But we're gonna speak truth to power. I'm glad all of us saw it. I'm glad that my people stayed in the house. I did text my homeboy. I said, if I see you outside, I don't have a car because I got in a crash recently, but I'll take an Uber or a fucking expensive ass flight, and I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna slam you. And I'm a cute because that's what we do. We're gonna slam each other. But that's not where we need to be, because that's not our fight. America needs to deal with the injustice. They need to deal with the what they've created. They created an environment where people of the same class don't think that they're the same because one of them's white and one of them's black. This is what happens when the messaging goes wrong. You convinced a group of people that something was stolen from them. Stolen from them. This is something that historians will marvel at, right? But this is exactly the cult of personality that folks are worried about. If you go back and you study some of the founders and stuff like that, you should study them too, because there's wisdom in a lot of things that they say, but you could tell that there were flaws in the logic, and you could tell they understood that. That's why this country has amendments, which, by the way, now's probably a good time for a few amendments. No presidency without tax returns. Like, we need financial disclosures. We need things on the books now. Voting is still not a right in the Constitution. It's not explicitly a right in the Constitution. Look it up. It's time. It's time. And we have the power to do it as a community, as a people. I ain't just talking about my people, black people. I'm not talking about just us. I'm talking about all of us. Because what they do is they take the people in power and the people that's trying to preserve power by not including everybody at the table. What they do is they make it fashionable for people to not like other people. They help inspire these cults of different people, right? And you may have something in common with people across the divide, and y'all may actually have the same issues, but they've convinced y'all two that y'all not the same. But what this pandemic taught us is that, oh yeah, when them stomachs is growling and you don't know if you got work tomorrow or if you're going to have a job, it gets real. Poverty is a great equalizer. It is. Uncertainty, financial uncertainty is a great equalizer. That to me is something that we need to unpack. How did we allow that to happen? Because that in itself is a relic of slavery. A lot of the things that they learned during in antebellum times, slavery times, a lot of the tactics of separating people, of controlling the message, of creating these artificial landscapes of, hey, this is important, right? Oh, yo, you don't got on a blue hat? Oh, okay. People over here wear blue hats. You over here, you wear this one. Where do you think a lot of that stuff started? Right? These things that we associate with being American and not American. Where do you think these things started? These tactics started. That's where it started. And they using that on us right now. And that to me is a problem. Now, I am going to put the link out. If you want to jump up here, talk about what you what you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like, your reaction to the riots, the uncertainty and things like that. I'll take whatever questions you guys have in the comments and things like that. But I just wanted to kind of start there because I saw a lot of people say, oh man, this is, and to be honest with you, this is where I started to have a little bit of a problem, right? Like I think they did this on SNL when Dave Chappelle was there, and it was election night with Trump and Hillary, and Trump won, and the guy blurts out, "This is the worst thing this country's ever done." Like sitting next to the descendant of slaves feels comfortable saying the worst thing that ever happened in this country is Donald Trump. If you believe that, you are living in a state of just privilege, or you just don't know some of the atrocities committed by this country, right? I mean, Trail of Tears, anybody? Concentration camps, anybody? Anybody Japanese? Huh? I'm just asking for my own edification. Respectfully, it's not the worst thing that we've done. The problem is that we knew better. That's what I think the problem is. All right. Are we concerned for the safety of Kamala Harris now? I'm not concerned with her safety. You always, there is some level of concern, but the fact that we've already done this with, and look at me, I'm dropping shit here. All right, give me a second. Let me fix that. Stop the cam. I'm still here, niggas. All right. I don't care. You know what? We're going to relocate. Fuck that. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. By the way, make sure you subscribe and all that good shit. We'll have more people up here and shit. Why is this doing that though? Yeah. All right, the fact that I just kind of like collapsed like that is such a crazy ass metaphor. That was crazy. Soon it's gonna be duct tape on this fucking wall. All right. Let me start the cam back up. All right. Are we concerned about Kamala Harris's safety? Absolutely not. We're not because we've done this with a black president before, so I don't think we're necessarily concerned with that. So I just want to say that. I think she'll be fine. I think part of the thing that we have to kind of get used to though is that if you're gonna have people of color here, if you're gonna have people, in the public spotlight, you do have to afford them different security. But I would say if something was going to happen to her, it probably would have already happened by now. If that sounds crazy, that's because it is. But, you know, in my experience, they try to get rid of us kind of early. So that's what I think about that. So, yeah, let me move this over here. Wait, my man Buddha Black's trying to come in. Yo, Buddha, what up? I'm about to add you to the stream, bro. What's going on? Buddha Black, what up with you, bro? Black, can you hear me? All right, I can't hear him. If he's talking, I can't hear him, y'all. All right, shout out to Buddha Black, yo. Just hit me up, man, if you're trying to join in. Anyway, wait, I see Chris.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
I have to mute you on the YouTube. Just give me 1 second.
It's fucking up over here, the soundproofing.
Yo, bro, that's what happens when you make enough noise. Shit starts to rattle, bro.
I know, son.
Bro, listen the bars.
Bro,
shit starts coming apart.
Sweating. I'm over here sweating too. You see me?
I see.
I'm perspiring about my
you
country.
Knocking down sound. Bro, I see you.
Know?
Yo, but like real talk real quick. That was some low-key war type shit you start right there with the whole storm in the Capitol. That's how Canada burned down the White House, and shit went left, you know? Yeah. And people are just low-key just like, oh, whatever, you know, these are white people. No, boy, these are terrorists. These are homegrown terrorists who were upset that they couldn't take an L. They didn't take an L. And I know a lot of Republicans and a lot of Democrats, and it's just like, yo, you know, y'all like have the same like problems, but y'all don't want to listen to each other. Like you just want to look like become tribalistic and be like, you know, I'm over here, so I can't listen to you. And that's how we keep each other apart, you know. Like if I have a common ground of COVID, right? It's actual pandemic. People are dying from both sides. They don't give a fuck what blue, red, or whatever. And I'm no. I don't. You know, we can't give out funding. We can't give out the money to, you know, make people have better days. My wife's a nurse. Like she goes to work every day and sees people dying still to this day. And she's like, people just don't take this shit seriously. And you're like, why? Oh, well, because we're in the Republican side of Virginia. Oh, okay. Okay, you know, we're in the red side, so you know they're not going to really.
But
oh, you froze.
Let me ask you though, why did the state split up like that?
Yeah, so if you go,
am I good?
I got you
right now.
So much, we don't have any big metropolitan areas in the west side of Virginia, right? So the more urbanized areas are blue, obviously, and the more rural areas are red, because it's just like how.
Yeah.
And in Virginia is going to be unique because Washington people move out of and they move into Virginia, just like how people moved out of New York and moved into New Jersey, and how people move out of Philadelphia and move into Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and all that stuff, and how people move from Atlanta to Decatur and all this stuff. And that's how the state becomes blue, because the people who the minority middle class gets higher up, and you get more money moved into buying property, starting families, and all that stuff. So that's how the state slowly but surely always turn over.
Okay.
But depending on like who's running, obviously, but that's why Trump was out of here in Georgia, because Black people like, you know, we're not doing this again. We didn't like Hillary, but like Biden, even though he may be pandering to us a little bit about the whole crime bill and not accepting that he really fucked up a lot of our families because of it, and we still don't want Trump. We still can't fuck with this guy, because this guy is low-key just activating all these middle-class, uneducated white people who think they felt like their life has been taken away from them because, you know, I said so. Not actually looking at the inability for mobilization in their own communities because they're just so used to being handed things. So it's really just one of those things where you look at people, you're like, you know, I told you, I'm from New Jersey. I grew up in a city like Bayonne, where you see middle class and in poverty like right in front of you. Like you literally, if you go to one part of it, there's all these nice houses with all these white families in it, and then you go 2 blocks over and there's these projects with all the minorities in it, and you're just like, wait, how do I live in the same area but we get treated way differently? And so
Chris, let me ask you this, bro, because you a little closer to it than I am. What was your thoughts when you saw those people storming the Capitol?
So I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
Me neither. Okay.
So I was on my way to work, and my wife texted me like, because like I'm super political in my house. I don't do it like unless I have somebody I believe that I can reflect it off of. And so she texts me, and I'm like, you're lying. I get to work. I look at it. I'm like, oh, this is terrorist. So I assumed the National Guard would just pull up, shoot a bunch of people, and smoke the whole pack, you know, like get them out of here. But then like I'm looking at the news, I'm like, wait, there's fires, there's people breaking into Senate leaders' offices. Nancy Pelosi's office is being, you know, she's a wild girl, but still, her office is being trashed, and you're just like, wait, y'all are allowing this? And then the Million Man March took, like, you had a whole, you know, National Guard there. BLM in June 21st, 2020 had a whole National Guard there. In Ferguson, when Mike Brown died and people went to the streets, there's a whole National Guard there. You're in Washington, D.C. This is the central of the intelligence agencies. You have a bunch of federal agents that live in that area in itself. You're not telling me you don't have the manpower just to pull all these people out of here. And thank God for that Secret Service agent that smoked out young lady, because if he didn't do that, they would have ran all through there. If you watch the video, they were about to break this door down. Once they saw one gun go off, all the white people were like, oh, no, we're good. Nobody wants to die here. Oh, we didn't realize we were. What do you mean you didn't realize?
That was the part that kind of struck me, is when they was giving interviews. I see y'all all, the rest of y'all in the chat too. We're going to get y'all up here in a second. But, you know, that was the thing that kind of struck me too. It really seemed like they were surprised.
Like you're committing a felony, right? Like,
yeah, like they were like, wait a minute, us? Like,
I can't be white. What do you mean?
Was crazy. Yeah,
what do you mean? I can't be white.
Yeah.
I can't be white. What you mean? And the nastiest shit was the old lady getting held her hand walking down the stairs. That was, to me, when I saw her, crazy. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Are y'all for real? Like, and like, I'm like super like in the middle. Like I don't listen to both sides. I listen to the facts, and I make my opinion.
I respect it.
And I'm like, wait, y'all dead ass are just gonna walk this old lady down the stairs, when if she was a black old lady, y'all would have trucked her, or she would, like, it would have been crazy. Like, this is the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen.
Hey, Chris, Mitch Green said, thanking God for a woman getting shot in the neck is crazy.
No, but it's an example. It's an example. It's way different than that. It's not even like thinking of somebody dying as a woman. See, that's what people get stuck on. I'll go, well, she's a woman, she died. She was a terrorist. She wasn't doing anything that she was in the right of doing.
Talk, bro.
She was a criminal who went against her own country because of beliefs that she believes somebody else should be. It's literally a coup. These are people, if you are allowed to do this, and the example isn't set, they would do it. Look at Venezuela. Venezuela elected a president, right? Then the dictator said, nah, I'm good on him. And then they're still in a like in between state. So if you don't set an example, then people will do whatever the fuck they want. That's why the white privilege shit happens. Is because white people will be like, you know, I didn't really mean it. What you mean you didn't mean it? You broke a law. All of you, all 10,000 of you, or however many people showed up, all you are like, you all fucked up. Right. All the FBI should be running your facials. Y'all should be getting locked up. Y'all should be serving time, just like anybody else that would do that to our country. Like if
that's how much you talking that shit,
no, bro. I'm just serious. Like think about it. If it was a brown Muslim, right? Not even let's not even say black. Let's just say it was a Muslim person doing the exact same thing these white people were doing. Every white person would have said that guy was a terrorist, because
immediately. Oh, you know that. I'm still listening. I just gotta.
Yeah, I got you. Let's say they would have did that. Let's say if it was a Hispanic person, they would have said these Hispanics are crazy. And the verbiage that is used around when white people do shit is disgusting. It's
wait, hold on. I know y'all can't see me, but the face I'm making, bro. How many synonyms for thug terrorist do you have to find? They said everything.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Like, they gotta make up a new name. No, call in what y'all was calling us. Yo, it's my interview.
I gotta go, bro. I gotta go help my wife with the groceries. But
do your thing, bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate you calling in, man. Team Backpack. That's a fact, bro.
Backpack for life, bro. You heard?
That's a fact. Let me get my man Buddha Black up here. Buddha Black, what's going on, bro? What's up, man? Buddha, what up? I don't hear you talking, bro. If you talking. Oh, man, we're going to come back, though. Black, let me know when you ready, bro. That's a good point. I mean, I feel like optics does play a role in this. Now, the one thing I am actually pretty heartened by is that there's so many there are a lot more allies than our ancestors had in terms of understanding the stuff and seeing it for what it is, man. You know, I find usually like immigrants, you know, got people from Europe, you know, or probably first, second generation, or just come from a working class background. It's a little bit easier to have these conversations about privilege or about, you know, different things. I think now we're starting to see it. You know, people aren't stupid, especially now when you're down on resources and everything like that. It just exposes a lot of stuff. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna drop this link. Y'all bear with me, man. I know this is crazy. I know it's a little bit off, man. Look at me, I'm off point over here. But you know, we gonna do what we do. So that there is the link to the StreamYard. So go ahead and do that. Yo, Sleaziest King, what up? What my man say? Bruh, United States senators and delegates are literally in the crowd with these people storming the building. Yeah. I need to know. It's too many cameras everywhere, too many cell phones, too much footage out here for us not to know the names of the people responsible. I want to know. I want to know who did it. It's crazy. I mean, the man is sitting where Nancy Pelosi is sitting when she's passing laws. Like, I don't know. Because I know if Black Lives Matter would have done that, and you know, it's weird. And I had this conversation with somebody. It's a little bit uncomfortable. But he was like, you know, Tone, on some level, I'm almost jealous of their ability to do something like that. Like, I'm almost jealous. Like, I would never want to do that and defile the country like that. But I'm almost jealous that they get to do that. Because that's how we felt. They're not doing that about a human life. They're doing that over a guy who lost an election because he kind of ran a bad campaign. You know, I thought that was insightful. Like, that really took me back. One man saying, I'm more pissed about they were able to go back in the Holiday Inn in peace. Exactly. Where was the tear gas? Not to say I want these things, but at least let's keep the same energy. That was the whole thing with the OJ thing, right? Just going back to that back in the day. I don't think my parents and them was happy because OJ got off, because a lot of them actually think he did it. But it was more so like, look, if this is going to be a country that lets people get off scot-free for crime, be equal. Don't do that when it's selective. Don't do that when it's certain people and not others. Like, don't do that. It's just not a good look, in my opinion. If people are trying to get on the live, let me know and all that too. Let me just a quick intermission. I almost want to play some music, but I don't know if I could actually do it on this joint. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me see what I can do, y'all. While y'all bear with me, man. Like I said, I'm just getting the hang of this app, man. This app is dope, but it's a little clunky for me right now. But you know, we all family, so we gonna do this shit together. All right, so give me a second, man. Oh man. All right, let's start this back up. Cool. So we good now? We good. Wall's good. Everything's good. Cool. We good. They said, Nas said it best, get yourself a gun. Oh, that is my question to the chat. Gun owners. How many gun owners do we have in this chat? Legal gun owners. Legal. Like, register your weapons, bruh. I'm a believer in the Second Amendment. I do. You know, I believe every person should have the right to protect themselves. Everybody should have the right to protect themselves. I do think that's an important thing. You know, I'm not like a gun nut or anything like that, but I do think it's necessary. Who owns legal weapons? Shout out, man, the captain. He said, you already know I'm legally strapped. Look at him. All right. Some people say I ain't saying no words. I got you, bro. Got a couple of them things. Texas open carry. I'm more afraid of open carry states. Why? Because like, is it open carry for everybody? I would be a little I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. After, especially, who was the guy? What's his name? Like I think his name was something Crawford. And the guy who went to Walmart and bought the gun, and he was an open carry state, and they shot him anyway. They just came in there and they shot him. Like, I don't know. Like I don't know, y'all. The open carry thing sometimes it is what I don't know. I've never lived in a state that allowed that. Let me say that. But yeah, insurrectionist is the word. That's a fact. Yeah, his name was Jamal Crawford. Yeah, I was about to say. Oh, he was a 14-year Air Force vet. That's even crazier. What? I would have thought there'd be more of an outcry too. And that's why another thing that I think should be started, if it already doesn't exist, is an NRA for black people or brown people or black and brown people. Because what they've shown themselves to be is, you know, they don't have the same energy when it's us. You would think a case of a lawful gun owner being gunned down because he was holding a gun in the same place he bought the gun would be a national outcry for the NRA. But because he's African American, it's not the same energy. I'm just saying. I just don't. I don't understand these things. He says that once you get the permit, you can carry everywhere. Oh, I've been asking this to people before too. People who actually own guns and stuff like that. If you're a gun owner, right? A lot of gun owners don't like registries or having to report to the government. Yo, I got 100 Glocks. I got, whatever. So I said to myself, well, what if you got one license and you can carry a gun in all 50 states, all the states in America, you can carry a gun, but it's one license, right? In exchange for a national registry, would you go for it then? I think that's a fair trade to me personally. All right, so let me see what I could do. I think I got Vince. I always call him Vince. He don't like that shit, but yo, what up, bro? Yo,
bro, I ain't got no problem with you calling me that. What up?
Okay, all right. What up then? What up with you?
Ain't nothing, bro. It's anger, bro.
Yeah, about what?
Straight
Explain.
anger,
Elaborate.
man. It's blatant racism, man. I mean, what do you expect? It don't get no. Like, if you're not in tune with politics or anything that's going on today, it's more than obvious to see the disparity between being white and black.
Talk about it.
Like, this shit is crazy. Because even if you were to go take a picture by Capitol Hill, the amount of security that's there, how the fuck did they get on the steps? Not only that, but to break into the building, and these niggas had no mask.
Yeah.
They ain't even fumigate the place after. All they did was just escort them out and continue with the meeting after. They reconvened right after that.
You know what? I didn't even think about that. It was COVID juice all
Come
in the air.
on, bro. Think about it, man. Yo, my man. First of all, for the name that people don't know, this man's name is Richard Barnett. He's 60 years old, an ex-firefighter from North Dakota who went inside. How did you even know how to get through the fucking to their offices? Like, these are a lot of things we got to think about, bro.
You had to, because when I was there, like I said, the lady was like, well, this door is locked, but if you get past this door, it's other offices of important people. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that. Now, she was a staffer for Eric Cantor, who used to be like very powerful from Virginia and everything. They got him up out of there. I think there's somebody, David Brad or somebody got him up out of there. Now he's a lobbyist, of course, because that's how that works. But she was like, yeah, Mr. Cantor's office over here, but you got to get through a door and through another door, and it's 100 people with guns in between you and those doors.
Come on, man.
So pick your poison. That's how it was explained to me.
Come on, man. I'm just saying, man. I've been angry since yesterday, today. It just doesn't make any sense, man. It's like, if you're not white and you don't see what's going on, if you're white and you don't see what's going on, I don't even know what to tell you. You're blinded, like you're just completely blinded. Because it's like this girl. I'm not saying she deserved. All right, you know what? She did. She wanted to be a great patriot, quote unquote. You want to climb through the window? They barricaded themselves. Secret Service puts a bullet through your neck. My man Sean Bell catches 51. Like what are we doing here? It's like either
yesterday is when we found out that nobody's gonna be charged for the attempted murder of Jacob Blake. Right?
Man, they should have been arrested. They should have been arrested on the spot, bro. If they would have been still literally taking bodies out from Capitol Hill, had it been us. Like you really got to think about things like this, man. I'm not saying you're not, but it's just like it's just plain as day, man. It's obvious.
Now
I just want everyone to.
The one thing I want to pose to you though, you know, with the lady, because I did see what I try to do, bro. And I fall into my traps, and I'm not better than anybody, but I try to be cognizant of like my own morals, right? Like I don't root for anybody's death. I don't celebrate a person's death, right? Like I never want the other side to corrupt me in that way. You know what I'm saying? My take on her was she's been being lied to probably most of her life about what this country stood for, about who this country protects. You know, she's been force-fed that something was taken from her. That's what they mostly have in common, is that they feel that something was taken from them.
Have you seen a video circulating about her lately?
No. What is there? There's information about her?
You know, she's part of the Air Force, and she was talking about Kamala Harris, and she was talking about basically talking about Kamala Harris, talking about Joe Biden, talking about basically she was going on a rant. Like this was 3 days before she got killed. Like I don't know if you've seen that video. Like I understand.
I mean, listen, if she has the right to be a Republican or whatever.
But Tone. The problem is this, bro. We're always sitting down and trying to understand from a different perspective. We have to stop doing that, bro.
I understand.
I'm telling you, bro.
I understand that.
We're the only forgiving race. We have to cut that shit out, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get you. I'm right there with you. We
gotta cut it out. That's it, man. We got to take it for ourselves, have accountability for ourselves, and we're doing that, bro. Every time we sit down and we think about the next race, all they do is just take more from us, bro. It's got to stop, bro. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like, on some.
Oh, you breaking up a little bit, brother.
But listen, man. I watched a white man build a bomb. I didn't watch him, but he built a. I mean,
oh, wait a minute, Vince. You breaking up.
You can kick him down. You can kick down Breonna Taylor's house.
You breaking up a little bit, bro.
No, you got me?
It's still a little choppy on mine.
You got me now?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little better. Go ahead.
Shit. I'm saying, man. I'm just saying the stories. I could keep going with this compare and contrast in any way you want to go. I mean, we kicked down Fred Hampton. They kicked down Fred Hampton's door, killed him in his room. Kicked down Breonna Taylor's door. She got come on, bro.
Sleep.
Now they get to storm Capitol Hill and get to go home and actually have an interview about this shit.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
The guy who was in the office was giving all these interviews, high fives, beers, and
Richard Barnett. He's 60 years old, an ex-firefighter, bro. Come on, man.
What's his name again, bro?
Richard Barnett. Everybody look that motherfucker up. Richard Barnett.
You said Richard Barnett?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Richard Barnett.
North Dakota, bro.
I want to say the man's name again because, it's weird that when certain people commit crimes, they try to bury the names. I know if Tony Bro was there, my whole name and social security number would be
of course, and your background and your history and what crime you committed while you were alive.
Yeah, all that. Come
on, man. I love all my brothers, man. We just gotta we gotta stick together. We gotta move forward. This is 7 days into 2021. And look what the fuck we witnessing, bro. 7 fucking days.
Malcolm said he never got mad about chickens coming home to roost. So
I hear you, man.
We gonna keep.
Yo, do your thing, bro. Continue with the show, dog.
No doubt, man. I will. Vince, appreciate you, bro.
All right.
No doubt, man. Shout out to Vince, man. Shout out to all the people listening too and chiming in with your opinions and everything like that, man. I really do appreciate it. This is I don't know, man. I guess there was a lot of apathy that was going on. A lot of black folks, we was mostly making jokes like it's like, all right, it ain't us this time. Like, look at y'all. Like, look at what's going on. You know, we're minding our business, but it's a sad state of affairs. And, you know, the one thing that I was always taught about politics was like, beware of precedent, like beware of when they're stepping on or jumping into some uncharted waters. And in this last administration, we went into places that we had never gone. Now, executive power continues to expand, and I don't actually see a way around that without some constitutional amendments, but that is another story all to itself. But, you know, beware of when we're in uncharted territory. Storming the Capitol is uncharted territory. Like running for president at the White House, having your convention at the White House, uncharted territory. We've never seen that before. Beware of these things because everything happens in a cycle. If you get a smarter version of Trump, then what? He had no political acumen, really, besides knowing how to communicate things to people to get them riled up, which is a lot of what politics becomes now in the social media age. But he doesn't know how to wheel and deal in the Senate. You know what I'm saying? He's not like one of those guys. But the smarter version of him that actually understands things a bit more, man, that could have been dangerous. Could have been. I had a guy tell me like, well, you know, Trump would have did well if it wasn't for the pandemic, right? But, you know, and I said to him, you know, every president gets tested with something. Every president has, you know, whether it's a financial crisis or some, you know, epidemic or pandemic. And that's the times where you measure the resolve of a president, man. Those are the things that's what comes with the job. To the idea that he would be president and nothing would happen that he would ever run into is crazy. That's just not how that job works, man. The world might need, what do you say? The world might make a few adjustments, but I'll stay the same until it's over. Okay. Read the Turner Diaries. Turner Diaries, they've been planning these events for decades. Trump is a vessel for the national societies. Interesting. I never read the Turner Diaries, but I know that's like a heralded book amongst that, you know, those type of people, between that and Mein Kampf and, you know, all the different sort of blame other people for my problems type of books. So Trump is the greatest president of our lifetime. Travis Simmons, you can, would you like to expound upon that? Now, I do see people say that he's the greatest president because he's exposing the nonsense that takes place in America. And there's something to be said for that. Like, I'm not super mad at that take, but to me, it's like, why did it take for things to burn almost and for hundreds of thousands of people to die for people to start becoming invested in their government or invested in what's going on? You know, my political awakening and my political beliefs and all of that stuff happened when I started to learn about slavery, you know, how our people were treated and what they did. And that they built that White House. They built that Capitol. They built that Capitol that those people stormed, right? That means something to me. So, of course, I'm going to take advantage of every single right that this country affords because I'm a part of it by proxy. By proxy, I'm a part of it. So, yeah. As an American, that was disgraceful. As a black man, it's a lot more to it too. There's other facets you see right there on display. You're disgusted in multiple ways. No sympathy for insurrectionists. I have some level of sympathy for people who were sold a bill of goods. I could see if those people who were storming the joint were all like bankers or lawyers or doctors or whatever the case might have been. And it's like, okay, but these are people that are being lied to. They're being lied to by other people telling them that the reason that things are the way they are for them is because other people have a seat at the table. That's crazy. To me, they're victims too, to a lesser extent, but their minds have been corrupted, in my opinion, and co-opted by people in nice suits who can give decent speeches. I can't do it. I can't. So yeah, on a lot of levels, I feel bad for those people. I do, because they have no idea that they're being used. They're being used. Trump and his family, they're making money off of these people. They have a war chest ready because they have a bunch of different state lawsuits that they're going to have to fight. So as a party, the Republican Party is going to have to do some soul searching. They got to figure out where they want to be, how they want to position themselves. Likely it'll go back to some of the old guard. You know, you see some of them flexing. You see George Will is getting all, you know, going crazy, you know. Who's my other guy? So it's George Will. Man. Rick Santorum, Liz Cheney. They from that old neocon branch of republicanism that kind of died when Trump came. Very interventionist. You know, the George Bushes, the Condi Rices, the Colin Powells and all that. And a lot of their messages like, see, told you. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Because I did tell you. And now they're going to start flexing. So now we have to deal with that brand of, you know, Republican thought. I don't have a problem with Republicans or any of their leanings and stuff like that. I'm sure on some issues I'm very much to the right or in line or whatever. The labels to me are a little bit stupid, but you know, that's a whole other story. But you know, so I don't want to make it about that. And I'm not a racist. I'm anti-racist. Like, I'm actively not racist. I do what I need to do to promote no racism. Right? Like I don't, that's not something I live by. That's not something I espouse at all. At all. So, you know, when I say those things, I kind of mean them, man. When it comes to our people, when it comes to what we're trying to do. So I just, yesterday was crazy. Yesterday was crazy, and it's a start to a crazy year. All right. Anyway, let me just give me 1 second. I'm gonna close out. Just give me 1 second. All right. All right, let me turn this back on. All right. We're back. All right. So shout out to all of y'all for listening and everything like that. What I'm going to do, I'm probably going to do this like once a week. I think I was going to shoot for weekends to mostly do it, to be honest with you, because I wanted to have other guests on. Like I said, I got friends that are lawyers. I got friends who are doctors, you know, mostly black and Latino, of course. And, you know, we'll have people up here, different professions of different races and things like that, because I want to get everybody's perspective. All right. And I appreciate people who are just going to take time to listen or voice their opinion. Or if you have a different opinion than I do, I would love to have a black Republican up here talking that, because I don't think it's being presented well. Because if I go down a list of Republican, like, you know, pillars, things that they stand on, a lot of black people actually agree. Religious freedom. We're the most religious group in this country that identifies as Christian by percentage. Like right to bear arms, lower taxes, school choice, limited regulations on doing business. These are things that do appeal, but they don't do a good enough job selling that to our communities. And the problem with that is it becomes sort of monolithic. Now, it seems like we're starting to get out of that, but it becomes monolithic. If you have a strong foil, it makes you stronger, right? So say if we did have a nice contingent of black Republicans who managed to take all the pillars of being a Republican and package them so that they don't deny our history of oppression, right? That's the thing that always gets me with Republicans, is like, in order for me to be a Republican, I have to deny a huge swath of history in our current conditions, right? Like, some of them are like that. Some of them I feel like present it like that. But if somebody can present those principles and still espouse, you know, or still at least having in their heads what happened, the struggles, the trials, tribulations that our people went through, the person's gonna be pretty strong. That person's gonna be pretty strong. So I don't think it's a left-right thing. Not with me. Probably not with us either. I think we operate as a people a little bit outside of that. I think that paradigm is for the elite or the privileged. So anyway, Tone Bro, Black Compass Media, I do appreciate everybody here. I am sorry. I was up here. I've been here turned up. It's getting warm in here. Shit just started flying and then soundproofing and all that. But we're only going to get better from here. It's my first time using StreamYard. I think I'm going to purchase the pro package where you have to pay like the sum and you get all the features and all that. If you guys like this, let me know. Hit me up at Tone Capo. I am on Twitter. You know what I mean? Follow us at The Black Compass for all battle rap things. We will be coming back with shows next week for sure. But this weekend, we got some stuff that we're working on. We're going to be around for the super fights. Also, shout out to my homies in the UK. Me and my man Tom from Battle Rap Resume. We are going to be doing some, another UK-US sync up. Talk about a few battles. Talk about some music. You know what I mean? We want to get some more UK people to come out and things like that, man, and talk to us. And, you know what I mean? Just rock with us, man, because we just appreciate y'all, man. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, it's dope, man, because I think the last episode that me and him did is on the channel. And we had Rivers on. Shout out to Rivers as well, battler out of the UK. And that was dope. We got a lot of love on that episode. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to y'all, bro. All right. Anyway, I don't have a good outro for y'all. I just want everybody to remain safe, remain cautious, keep your head up. Keep your head up. And, you know, if you need to take it off the safety, take it off the safety, is what I'm saying. Protect yours and love others, man. Straight up. This is crazy times we live in, bro. It's crazy times we live in. But we gonna get through it. Black Compass Media, Tone Bro. Peace.